is Ada. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to talk about what I've learned on the tips to wear when you're at wineries and doing wine tasting. Recently I went with my lovely husband to Melbourne, so we live in Brisbane. So we went by plane for 2 hours and we flew in. He had to go for business. I was tagging along. I visited a friend, I shopped, we visited our son, and then we spent a couple of lovely days in the Yarra Valley drinking wine, as we do because we love wine. So today's wine is Gießen from New Zealand. So because I had to take a lot of outfits, well, because I pack really quite economically, and so I look at my colours and I make sure everything goes so that I don't have to take my whole wardrobe. But I learned a few things along the way that I could have done better, and I love the Yarra Valley so much that we will be going back. So I thought I'd share my tips today on what I learned. So tip number one would be don't wear lipstick, because as you can see, lipstick on the glass, you're doing a lot of wine testing, and each time you test it, you're getting lipstick. So I probably would take a clear gloss or something like that. And I know that this is very hard to get off glasses when they try and put them in the dishwasher. So I would probably not wear any lippy, or if I wanted it, I'd just wear a clear lip gloss. Number two, that morning, because I was traveling light, I had put in a different perfume, and it was a really strong perfume. And because I wasn't used to wearing, I probably wore too much of it. So by the time I got to the wine tasting area, instead of smelling the wine like you should, all I could smell was this perfume. So if you want to really taste well and smell the wine, no perfume, or a very low scented perfume that isn't overpowering. That was another tip. Tip number three, I would layer up, because in a lot of these areas we drove from, I suppose, about an hour, 40 minutes from where we were staying into the wine region, and it is a lot colder. So you need to make sure that you layer up. I would take a scarf or just a throw to put around you so that you're not cold, because as you would probably know that the wine regions are colder, and that's where the grapes grow the best and they produce the best wine. So take a scarf. Also, I would probably wear very comfortable clothes, and I'd wear denim. I did wear a denim jacket, but it was white. I would probably recommend wearing a darker denim, because we did wine testing. We tested actually the whites and the reds. I didn't spill any of those, but I did spill coffee on myself, and I have a bit of a grub like that. So next time I'll probably take some darker denim. I would also probably, if I wanted to wear a dress, I'd make sure it wasn't a maxi dress, because I don't want it to get caught on anything. Because when you're walking between the taste testings or the wineries, because we went from one to the next, there is a lot of steps and a lot of gravel and a lot of grass, so you want something that you can walk in that doesn't get caught. And you also want some flat shoes, because you don't want any heels that are going to sink into the grass, so definitely flat heels. The other thing I would suggest is don't take a big handbag. I only took one handbag with me. My handbag was too heavy. So for the day, I would suggest you just get maybe a crossbody bag, or one that you can put over your shoulder, or maybe a clutch that you can just put a few essentials in, because you really don't need to take a big bag. And if you have a hands-free, you're going to have such a much more of an easier day with wine tasting. So that is what I learnt, and we will be going back to the Yarra Valley, and I will be improving my wardrobe next time I go. So I've learnt from it, so I just thought I'd do that video just in case, you know, some people are going. It's a great experience. If you ever, or if you live in Australia and you haven't done the Yarra Valley, do it. My favourite place there is Stones. So I'll put some pictures after this, and you can see our wine tasting experience. So don't forget, everyone, Ada loves a style and wine, and cheers. everyone. Ada loves style.